and the scams continue to happen. Next. We're going over several other issues that we continue to have in crypto, and we're digging up all the old dead bodies that are out there, all next on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, as well as non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Now, before we begin, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We really would love to see our subscriber base grow, as well as if you love this video, hit that like button. All right, what we all knew in the past again gets its ugly head up again. Let's go look at the news. CNBC, Elon Musk tweets, and Twitter bots drove up price of FTX listed altcoins. Research finds. Well, we know one thing that's happened. Anyone that's just on X right now, we know bots are going crazy. I think this was a bot attack. So he's going to comb through that. But more importantly, we're finding out that FTX and Twitter, the pre-Elon Twitter, the Twitter that didn't care about the First Amendment and your freedom of speech, the Twitter that had the FBI, oops, shouldn't say that name, 3-letter agency sitting in its office and censoring people from the Joey B regime, right? And from the blue team. Yeah, that Twitter, well, what did they do? Well, of course, we have an idea they were funneling money, and we know politically funding money, the FTX was, to, you got it, to the blue team. So what do? They pumped and dumped on you. They did it. So on Twitter crypto, prior to Elon owning it, wow, they just did this. There is no shame from the blue team whatsoever. All they care about is taking the money and using it for their own agenda. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. This is ridiculous. And now, since they hate the Elon, the Musk, you know, now they're trying to bot him out of existence. Isn't going to happen. The smartest minds are there. The most woke minds are not. They were evicted. Next. Well, we're jumping into all the more dirty crypto issues that we have. And this is directly right in the crosshairs of Bill Hemmon and Jay Clayton, the two worst paid off I'll say politicians in the SEC in a long time. And so over years and years and years, the SEC's been fighting Empower Oversight to get out all the documents surrounding Jay Clayton and Bill Hemmon, because we knew that they were committing crimes behind the scenes, yet there's nobody there at the SEC willing to step up. And that's Hester Peirce. Pull up your skirt and grab your you know, and tell on these guys. Come on. What are you worried about your family? Did they threaten your family? That's what I'm thinking they did. So here it is, a tweet just hours ago. Empower Oversight litigation forces SEC to release additional documents on cryptocurrency conflicts. Well, here we go, guys. This is what's happening out there. The new documents established, and this is shout out to Digital Asset Investor, says a new documents established Joe Lubin and Consensys played a much more central role in driving Hemmon's thinking and goals with their controversial June 14th, 2018 cryptocurrency speech, the ETH free pass. Lubin also appears to have responsible for bringing Hemmon and Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin together as a speech drafted advanced. Lubin and Consensys are prominent third-party promoter of ETH. Well, let's back this up. We know that the Hemmon emails came out because a judge forced the SEC to then release them. And actually, once they were released, we found out that the SEC internally couldn't even figure out what to do themselves. They kept wanting to go back to the Howey test, but it didn't fit Hemmon's role. And we don't know, but you know, in my opinion, he was being paid. We know he was getting paid, but it's not actually we didn't know exactly what he's being paid for. But he said, screw you all in the SEC. We're just going to do our own thing. So what he did to promote Ethereum was, because he couldn't find it internally within the SEC, he then turned around and called Vitalik. the head of, or one of the founders of Ethereum, to ask him why it's not a security. How fucking stupid is that? Because it came out on now everywhere. So now on all these documents being released today, we're seeing emails directly with all the different law firms that were all behind the Ethereum free pass. We're seeing them behind the Ethereum ICO. We're behind all the Ethereum token launches, all got together with Bill Hinman to sit down and go over what their direction was to get this free pass. Well, no one does that, because only months before and months later and a year later did Ripple sit down with Clayton and Hinman, and they wouldn't say one word to him because they weren't getting paid, in my opinion, by them. This is bullshit. And Joseph Lubin is the biggest scumbag. He is dumped on the retail more than anybody else. No question about it. It has been an Ethereum. Ethereum has never proven that they are any better than anything else. They just get influencers to push their narrative. And now we're seeing they have US officials pushing their narrative as well. This isn't gonna end, and this isn't gonna end well. We're calling on Congress. Come on, let's get out there. We need an investigation. It continues to show that Jay Clayton, and now we're also thinking that our, head of the SEC right now, Gary Gensler, has no control over what's happening inside. They don't have control. They let things go, and whatever the oversight of the SEC is doesn't have any power to stop this. All right, second thing, investors, let's go back. Investors and attorneys closely associated with Ethereum were prominent on a list of March 28th, 2018 meeting on crypto safe harbor proposal. That's the Ethereum free pass. So they only met a month and a half, 2.5 months prior to go over what needed to be said. And even at that point, they couldn't figure it out. So we also see him having to call again Vitalik. Then on August 22nd, 2019, the third issue here, email proves Hinman met with Simpson Thacher partner Chris Lin while Lin was representing Canaan, a crypto mining company from China. Before Hinman's division on its IPO. This was contrary to advice on conflicts of interest rules about the SEC's ethics office had repeatedly warned Hinman. So we know that after several documents were released about a year ago to empower oversight, and it showed that internally the SEC ethics kept telling him, stop contacting your prior law firm. Stop it. Okay. It is a direct violation of your office. And now we're seeing, even years later, he didn't give any respect. There was no control by Jay Clayton over this. And we're seeing IPO after IPO, Chinese IPO, which has no regulations in the United States, but uses US customers' money, your 401k money, is being used to launch Canaan and Alibaba and other mining companies. They try to even get, MoneyGram to go Chinese and be purchased by China. It was Trump that stopped it. And that's when Clayton got pissed that didn't go through. So then MoneyGram turned around and partnered with Ripple. And what did he do? Last day on the way out, we know now Clayton went ahead and sued Ripple. And did it out of vengeance, not out of anything else. Because after $100 million and 2.5 years later, what did the judge say? F you, Jay Clayton. You were all wrong the whole time. You were wrong. XRP is not a security. All right, let's jump off of this. I love it. Janet Yellen has been screaming and yelling about why they downgraded her debt. And then on here, we keep seeing the debt just keep going up and up and up. That's just this is just a perspective. We know that one thing, when the debt's downgraded, the dollar gets weaker. When the dollar gets weaker, the crypto gets stronger. Now, don't listen to the Bitcoin maxis thinking, it's Bitcoin. No, it's the entire crypto market. But sooner or later, we're going to see all the speculation BS crypto coins, they're going to start to disappear. And now we're going to see real utility take over. All right, let's jump into it. Despite name brand NFTs, Nifty exchange shuts down. Well, here's a salute to you, Joseph Lubin, who put in millions of dollars. See ya, baby. Mark Cuban, your money's gone just as well. They had all kinds of big names coming to Nifty, and now they've completely shut down. And it's funny, the company shut down abruptly late Wednesday. We don't even know what happened at this point. It's just boom, gone, done. Again, it's about money. And right now we're in a huge economic crunch, regardless of what the blue team says up in Washington, D.C. They're so out of touch, it doesn't matter. But there's another one bites the dust, guys, in crypto. Can't handle it. Goodbye. See ya forever. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm high on that soapbox, going over all of what I believe in that's been happening. We're hoping that somewhere in the near future here, we're going to see a absolute cleansing in the crypto industry. Stop listening to all that pundits on, all that noise, I should say, on CNBC telling you how great, the crypto industry is. It is on the verge, in my mind, in my opinion, is about ready to do a big time cleansing. And that doesn't just mean some of the small names. It means some of the big names that aren't getting funding or will start promoting their tokens, and the SEC will go after them. Just like Hex. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Bye.